Hello everyone. It is about 8:30 a.m. Sunday, February the 7th, 2016, and this is DelReyVAWeather.com. We've had a little bit of shift again over the evening hours last night with respect to snow totals for our February 9th storm. And I want to go through that and show you a few other things that I'm watching. This is the latest GFS 6Z model run. Let me see if I can enlarge it a little bit for everyone. Okay, this is showing again. This is Alexandria right here, DC right here, and it's showing about between 2 and 3 inches for the Alexandria area. 2 to 3 is probably a good indication here. But I want you to notice that just outside of the district line, it goes up to 6 inches. So it's not very much distance before you start getting into higher snow totals in this run. And that's part of the problem here, is that it's not going to take much of a shift in the tract of our Alberta Clipper low to actually shift this to a higher snow total or potentially a lower snow total. Okay, and again, this varied overnight between the two 6 hours apart runs. This is the latest, of course, and this is the one at midnight, and this drops us down to a solid 1 to 2 in Alexandria. So just, again, in a matter of 6 hours, changed everything again. Okay, let's go on to the European model. Let me enlarge this a little bit so we can see it. Okay, this is the latest model run for the European model, and if you look in the let me move this back to where we get the best signal. Okay, again, this is 7 p.m. on Tuesday. It's showing, again, 2 inches for Alexandria, though it doesn't, you don't have to go very far to start getting up in the 3-inch area here. Again, this is showing, I would interpret this as between 2 and 3 inches, similar to what we were seeing in the GFS model run, the latest one. Okay, this is the Canadian model, and this actually shows the lowest figures. It's showing for Alexandria actually probably you know, a trace to a half an inch in by the 7 p.m. Time frame on Tuesday. I sort of think this is underestimating the potential amount. So I'm not really, I'm discounting the Canadian at this point. Just like actually on the high end when it was saying 15 inches, I was discounting it as well. Okay, this is the North American model. The North American model is basically run in a shorter time frame, out to 84 hours. It fundamentally takes the GFS data and you know, truncates it a bit and does some other analysis based on that. And this is really also showing a very low figure, from actually a trace to probably a half an inch for Alexandria. And the reason it's doing that, I have this set up for precipitation type, but I want to show you and compare this to the GFS as well. Okay, what you see in the blue is snow. What you see in the green is rain, and what you see on this red line, this is the freezing line, the 2-meter freezing line. Let me see if I can bump this up a little bit to make it easier to see. Yep. Okay, and so if we move this around, you're going to see on the 8th, late on the tomorrow, nothing much here. Some some rain and maybe some snow on the eastern shore from actually the coastal low that will be passing by. Nothing related to that coastal low for us. And then when we move this up a bit, this is about 7 p.m. on Monday. You see that the rain line is starting to get into Virginia, not too far from the Alexandria district area. And if we bump this up a little more, by let me make sure, by 10 p.m. on Monday, we start getting some rain in the Alexandria area. All the snow being restricted to the northern suburbs. And we just continue to go through this, and you'll see that a very short period of time we're in a light snow period. And this is the NAM, what the NAM is saying. But the freezing line is very far away from the district. Okay. And then we go through, and you'll see that pretty much it then switches back to rain about on Tuesday. Let me get the time, about 4 a.m. and then it drops to nothing, and on and on and on that way through the entire storm, where the bulk of the snow staying out into West Virginia. Okay, now let's take a look at what the GFS is saying for the same period. Let me put this to 150 so we see a little bit better. Okay, this is set for Monday at about, let me make sure I got this right, 12, yeah, this is actually about 7 a.m. on Tuesday. You can see this is showing that the freezing line is much closer to the district in Alexandria. Rain has already started at 7 a.m. Tuesday, but you know, we have a very close to freezing. And if we bump this up another 6 hours, you see the freezing line is basically goes right across Alexandria. We're all in snow, and then the freezing line by 7 p.m. on Tuesday is far to the east of Alexandria, and we basically through the entire event we stay in snow, and the snow even continues into Wednesday. Okay, so that's really the difference between what the GFS is seeing in the 2 to 3 versus the NAM trace to 1, and that's you know, all this is dependent upon how quickly the cold air comes into our area, and how quickly the precipitation comes into the area, which is all really a very micro type requirement, and the models really don't go down that fine. Now, I want to show you this. This is the College of DuPage again. Next Gen Weather Lab, what I use all the time. Okay, and I got this set for the current time, approximately 7 or 8 this morning. And you can see the coastal low right here. Part of it is overlapping North Carolina. I suspect they're getting big waves in the Hatteras area from this storm. And it continues to intensify, but the latest GFS shows it moving offshore much quicker than the midnight run showed. So while the runs last night and the midnight run showed it affecting Massachusetts, Rhode Island area today with heavy snow, I sort of suspect that it's not going to happen that way. But let me move this farther forward and show you what we got. This is about 7 a.m. tomorrow. And if you look here, it's showing that the outer fringes of this are really pretty significant coastal low is just scraping by on Massachusetts. The 5400 line is east of Massachusetts. It's also east of us. So that means that all the conditions are right. Whenever any precipitation falls north of the 5400 line, it means that we have a chance of getting snow. If we move this a little farther forward, you'll see, okay, right here, this is, let me double check. This is about 7 p.m. on Monday. And it is showing that snow could start as early as 7 p.m. Monday in the D.C. area. And if we advance this farther forward, you see that we actually get under a very heavy pocket of precipitation about, let me see, about 4 a.m. Tuesday. So, this is suggesting that, we could very well have some heavy snow in the morning hours on Tuesday. Okay, I want to show you another thing that I've been watching here, and I did this in the last video, and that's lapse rate, and I want to show you that. Okay, with this latest GFS model run, the highest lapse rate has shifted east of the district, but we're still in a relatively high area here, and this would be about, let me see, about 1 a.m. on Tuesday. Whenever you see this higher lapse rate, it has the potential of producing, a snow squall, sudden drop of a high amount of snow. And that's one of the things that I'm worried about in this storm, and why I've persisted in having a higher end range to the estimation of how much snow we're going to get. Okay, we're going to take a look at BuffKit now. First of all, I'm going to switch this to the GFS. It's the latest version of the GFS. And I want to show you this. Okay, this is set for about 3 a.m. on Tuesday, and if you look, let me move it back a little bit here. Okay, this is showing potentially precipitation starting as early as tomorrow at 3 p.m. as rain. The temperature is pretty much above freezing. So anything that falls is probably either going to be very wet snow and potentially that's probably what it's going to be. Not even going to be sleet, but it's either going to be rain or wet snow at that point. And the precipitation continues until it turns to snow about 9 a.m. on Tuesday. And actually, with the two dots here, it's showing that it potentially is going to be a pretty significant snow. And the other thing, the surface temperature is still going to be above freezing, but this wet bulb temperature is going to be fairly low. And what that potentially can mean is that if you get a heavy rate of snow falling, even though the surface temperature is above freezing when it starts, you're going to get a cooling in the lower atmosphere because of the low wet bulb temperature, and it's quickly going to cool to 32, and things are going to start sticking. So certainly, I think you can say that by 9 a.m. on Tuesday, we're going to have what some meteorologists call stickage. We're going to see accumulations, and it's possible on treated roads you won't, but definitely on untreated surfaces and the grass area and all, you're going to start seeing significant accumulation. Okay, that heavy rate of snow continues at least until 9 p.m. on Tuesday. So we got a pretty significant period where we're going to have a good snow rate and potentially have quite a bit of accumulation. And by 9 p.m., even calculating, not looking at snow cooling of the surface temperature, but it's going to be freezing by 9 p.m. And the snow really continues, a lighter snow, on and off. It's going to be into Thursday. So you're going to have an on-off snow probably through Thursday. And during that entire period from 9 p.m. Tuesday into Thursday, the surface temperature is going to be below freezing. So any of that little bit of snow that would potentially fall on and off all day Wednesday and into Thursday is going to just add to the accumulation. Of course, you're going to get some compression, so totals are going to be a little different. Okay, this is our snow event. The majority of it is going to fall probably between about 9 a.m. on Tuesday through probably, let me make sure with the time, about 9 a.m. Wednesday. So we have basically a 24-hour period in which the snow potentially will fall. And if we do a sum up of this, we're talking currently with the GFS, including compression, of about 3.5 inches of snow over that period. And then if you continue, we're going to get probably another 1/10 of an inch Thursday, and we also have a minor snow event a week from today, actually Saturday. So it's going to be a snowy week starting Tuesday. And I think, the fact that we are conceivably are going to have about 3.5 inches in that first event, I think it's more significant. Let me switch to Cobb 5. The 3.5 is Cobb 11. Cobb 5 is showing actually 4 inches. Max T is the least, and that's showing about 3 inches. If we do a constant snow ratio, that's going to be about 3 inches as well. So the bottom line is we have a good chance of getting between 2 and 4 inches on Tuesday, regardless of what the model maps say. They do not tell the full story when because they make lots of assumptions that may or may not be true. It's better to look at the soundings over a area of interest rather than just look at snow maps. Okay, and let me see if there's anything else I wanted to show you. I guess that's about it. So the bottom line is I still think that the 2 to 7 inch range is still a reasonable range to put on this storm. And there's still uncertainty. Still don't know, if this is going to really be an overproducer or underproducer. So, you should bear that in mind if you're making or planning to cancel plans, is that if you cancel plans, you may end up with no snow, to deal with Tuesday. So you should be flexible. I think that probably at this stage, late tonight or potentially early morning Monday, if you tune in to the TV weather for certain, you get a better estimation about what the storm is going to bring. As far as the coastal storm is concerned, that's not going to bring us anything Monday morning or late tonight. It's just going to be too far offshore, though it could impact New England a little bit. But that's my assessment at this time. Okay, I'll wrap it up there. If you have any questions, just give me a tweet at PatPend, that's PATPEND, and I'll try and answer them. Thanks a lot.